How you doing, everybody? Kirk here. This video is a little bit different. I just got back from a weekend camping out in Arivaca Lake, and I thought I would give a little bit of a vlog kind of thing a try, and I thought I might try to film a little bit of my trip and share it with you. So hopefully it's not too home movie-ish. Never tried this before, but give it a look and let me know what you think. I sure had a heck of a time. Now, do note that initially, when the video starts, you'll hear me say that I'm going out to Patagonia Lake. Those plans fell through. I ended up going a little bit more remote out to Lake Arivaca, or Arivaca Lake, I don't know. But, yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Take care. Enjoy. So I got the truck all loaded down. I'll show you what we got here. Bunch of stuff in the back. Got some coolers, some tubs, some fishing gear. I like these tubs for camping, but I have to keep it in the cab because I'm going to work right now, and so I'm gonna go to work, and then right after work, I'm gonna head out to Patagonia Lake. So see you guys there. Let's see if you can see this, guys. This is freaking beautiful. This is coming down. I should be getting close to the lake now. Just wanted to. Geez, I don't know if this is the camera's gonna do this any justice. So I also gotta be careful not to wreck my truck. But this is on the way to Arivaca Lake. Very pretty. Alright, so I made it. Got a fire going. Got my lantern. Got my palace of a tent here, which I was able to get up just in time for dark, and it is indeed very, very dark. So this is night one. Friday night. It's friggin' beautiful. I'm going to drink a little water because I'm hot, but it's beautiful right now. Not too hot. I'm going to grab some water, cook up some beans, maybe play a little guitar by the fire. So far, wonderful. Let's see if you can see the stars and moon. There's the moon. I don't think the stars are going to come out for you. It's only about 7:45, so should only get more beautiful. All right, stepping out of the tent. Saturday morning. And that's what I see. Pretty darn nice. Sun's coming up, just starting to over the mountains there. Pretty lake. And my tent. Not too shabby. So I woke up today and realized I forgot to buy night crawlers. I did a little bit of fishing, but not much was going on, so I thought I should probably go buy some night crawlers. And rather than driving up to Green Valley to get some, I drove down to Nogales because there's a scenic drive back to Lake Arivaca through Pena Blanca Lake. And here we are. This is Pena Blanca Lake. I've never been here. It's really pretty, just kind of in this little canyon down here. But, I mean, I hope the videos are doing this justice because this is just beautiful. Pretty country. All around. Not too bad. So, I'm not stopping here to fish. I just wanted to see what the lake looked like to see if I ever wanted to, come like picnicking down here or something. And I think it's a winner, so I'll probably be back here at some point doing some fishing and some picnicking, and I'm glad I saw it. So I'll probably check in. There's a rural route just past this lake. I think it's about 25 miles of unpaved road, so we'll see what that looks like, but I'll probably check in from the road and see what we see. So I'll check in a minute. So I don't know, I'm probably about 10 or so miles in on the dirt road, and thought I'd stop and have an orange on this little rocky outcrop here. Looked like a nice place to see and take in the scenery. Love it. So I'm gonna have an orange now and enjoy a little bit of creation. All right, on the road in, I discovered Ruby, Arizona. This is an old ghost town, and so here's some old buildings that still have roofs, which is kind of interesting. Most ghost towns are just foundations, but we've got stuff to look at, which is pretty cool. Very interesting. Well, someone's been drinking. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You wander around the back highways in Arizona, and you don't know what you're going to find. And here we are in Ruby. Old mining town. Let's see. So you can see there's some old buildings up there. Very cool, huh? Who knows what's on the other side? Our old shack. A lot of thistle this year. Very cool. Try to walk through this brush without getting hurt. Oh, I guess I'll have to go back out the way I came. So I think this is more typical of what your buildings in southern era ghost towns look like. Just some leftover adobe brick. Maybe a little bit of framing. And an old wheel. Yeah, but it's still in very pretty country. Can't deny that. I got another old wooden building. Ooh, I don't know if I want to walk in here. I want to fall through the floor. Interesting. Well, seen better days, but cool enough for me to take a peek at. Another interesting building here, just some more ruins. Oh, big hole there. I won't show you too much more of this because it's all fairly similar. I'm just curious what this one is. Made out of, looks like it's made out of wood. And it's locked. Must be something good. You know, it's pretty cool, these little ghost towns. A lot of people don't come down here because they're worried about, drug trafficking and everything else, but during the day, not that big a deal. Makes you wonder, though, how much longer these are going to be here. Because they're not maintained. And you can tell they are in a state of disrepair. Which is part of the charm, I guess. But it's kind of sad to think that, you know, these are only probably 100 years old. Another 50, they'll be gone. Too bad. Well, I'm glad I can see it. Well, a morning trip to go get night crawlers turned into about a 4-hour excursion. But, you know, that's my rule of leisure. Be willing to change and adapt and have an adventure, if that's what you want to call it. Got to see Ghost Town. Got to see a lot of pretty country. Got to drive across a couple creeks. Good time. I had salsa somewhere. Well, I'll grab my salsa in a minute. But I think it's about noon. The sun is right overhead, so I'm sitting here in the shade. And your picture is not that pretty, but boy, what I see sure is beautiful. This is the only shade I have on my campsite because I'm kind of at the top of a hill. But I'll show you what I'm looking at. Ah! Look at that. So, I think gonna finish this beer, have some chips and salsa, and maybe head back down the lake and drown a few worms and see if we can't pull anything out of there. Good day so far, man. Ghost Town. How cool was that? I did not expect to see a ghost town when I woke up this morning, so good deal. The fishing is slow. And by slow, I mean terrible. But this is where I'm sitting. Under a tree, in front of the lake. And it's pretty hard to complain about this. Beat sitting in a chair at the office any day. You know, the fish aren't biting, but you know, it's a common phrase or parable, or whatever you want to call it. I suppose not a parable. But I think the first time I heard it, it was from, who's that TV preacher? Ruth Meyer, something Myers. And that is that expectations are nothing but future disappointments. And so if I came out here expecting to catch fish, it's a possibility that's just a future disappointment. And not really catching fish. But if you live in the now, which I try to do, it's still good, man. I'm sitting in the shade by a lake drinking beer. Got nowhere to be. No one to answer to. And really, it's about as good as it gets right now. So I'm going to sit here. And, you know, I'll keep seeing if I can catch some fish. But if I don't, that's cool too. I'm still in the shade. I'm still drinking beer. Still got nowhere to go. And for me, that's good. So, if I catch anything, don't worry, you'll see it. Alright, so I've been sitting here for a while. Not too much activity. I noticed that everybody going by who said they had caught fish were all fishing for bass, all in boats, with bait casting equipment. They're throwing these like weedless frogs, these monstrous things. So I don't have that kind of gear out here today, but I had I have, just like a Rapala minnow with a couple treble hooks on it. So I started throwing that, and at about the second, third cast, I actually got a good strike. I didn't hook the fish, but hey, at least it was a strike. That was all the action I've had today. Then the only other activity, or excitement should I say, was that some hiker with his dog came up behind me in a big hurry. It kind of startled me, and then I'd turn around and see what would happen, or see what had happened. And the damn dog chased a skunk right down behind me. Wasn't super thrilled about that. The dog got sprayed in the face. Luckily, it doesn't smell too bad right here. But Wasn't too thrilled to look back, hear this commotion and see a skunk about 15 feet behind me with a dog barking at it. But it worked out, so I guess no harm, no foul. I might come back out a little bit later, maybe try a different spot, but this one served its purpose, I guess, so. Oh well. I gotta catch some fish, man. Some. Really? I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's cattle over there on the other side of the lake having a drink. This whole lake is surrounded by ranchers, ranch land. Lots of cattle, lots of deer. There's some bullfrogs too. There's a big bullfrog over here that I've been hearing. Of course, he quiets down as soon as I start recording, but thought you might be interested to see. Hopefully you can see cattle over there. Gotta cut kindling. Alright, it's time to eat now. So I'm gonna eat like a cowboy. I actually forgot salt and pepper. So we're gonna do this the cowboy way, at least the cowboy who's got non-stick cookware and easy access to a supermarket / butcher. Got fire. Let that warm up. So I was fishing today and I caught a ribeye. How about that? So a trick that I do, probably a lot of other people do it too, but I put the side fat down first, and that is how I lubricate the pan. I just render some of that fat. Ooh, that's warm. And then you swap it down. Light there. Oh yeah. That should be good. Alright, let's see how we're doing here. Give it one more flip. Oh, look at that color. Look at that color. A little flare up there. Oh, look how soft that is. That's going to be nice and rare in the middle. Look at that color. Oh my. That's beautiful. Oh, I can't wait. There you go. Now the hard part is letting it rest for a minute before you dig in. I got a trick to show you. Should work. See this rendered fat here? The steak fat. We're going to pour this on the kindling for our fire later. And I'm going to do, got one other trick up my sleeve here with this. You'll see, it'll work. Alright, so it's a smidge overdone. I prefer my steak rare, but it's very juicy, very flavorful, and super tender. Now, I don't deny it'd be better with salt and pepper. People might wonder, why'd you cook it in the pan instead of over a fire, over coals? Frankly, it's really easy to do in a pan, and I can't think of a better way to have a more juicy, flavorful steak, because it cooks in its own fat and its own juices. And, you know, generally when you go to a nice restaurant, they cook their steaks on the flat top, not on a grill. So, a few years ago, I kind of converted to cooking on cast iron at home, and I have no regrets. So, this is pretty much the same thing, but except with no seasoning, which does make a difference. A little salt would go a long way. Still very good, though. Now, When a man eats a steak, this is what the plate should look like when it's done. Empty. I don't want to see any of these scraps and odds and ends. If you're going to have a steak and have it all. Now for my magic fire starting trick. See that fat left in there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it out with a paper towel. I'm going to wipe it out with a paper towel as best as I can. To my plate. I'll wipe that off too, as best as I can. I'm going to put that one paper towel right there. This should work. That fat should act like a candle wick, or like candle wax, to keep that going for longer. So should work. Like I said, I've never actually tried it, but I have used cooking oil before, so it should be the same as cooking oil. And it looks like that kindling's starting to go. So I think, I'll tell you what, I won't make you watch it, but I'll let you know if it works or not. I won't lie to you. So, actually, I can tell you right now, it's working. It's working just fine. So, there you go, one paper towel, a little kindling, no problem. We're going to have a roaring fire here in just a minute. All right. Sunday morning. Got the bare essentials going here, and I'm ready. See how we're looking. Oh yeah, that's what we like. Good strong cup of coffee. Get the day going. Maybe do a little bit of fishing, pack up, and leave. You know, I've read a lot of reviews online that say that people can't get their tents back in the original bag. I say just take your time, do it right, and squeeze all the air out. You won't have any problems. The proof's in the pudding. I do it all the time, right back in the original bag with room to spare. So camp's torn down, all loaded up and ready to roll. I have one last brewski to cool off. I haven't decided if I'm going to walk back down to the lake and just try one more time. But, yeah, this was home for the last 2 days. It was a heck of a lot of fun. But again, no one to argue with. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. Calling this one a weekend. All right, we are on our way. Adios. Good for you. You stuck it out till the end. Thanks a lot. So if you stuck it out this far, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. You know, I really appreciate it. Again, this is my first crack at doing something like this. People like it, maybe I'll do more. But either way, I had fun camping, so I'd encourage you to get out, see a little bit of the outdoors every now and then too. So, until next time, everybody, cheers.